Hey all, welcome back to Sim Racer's Journey. This video is part of what will be our first impression of the highly anticipated Assetto Corsa Competizione version 1.8 console update. We wanted to get this short, literal, out of the box, first impression out to you as soon as possible. We haven't touched it up to this point. The video that we'll be taking will literally be our first couple of laps to see what it's like. Doesn't give us a chance to tweak anything or really do anything like that, but it just really will give you a literal first impression of ACC's 1.8 console update. And we wanted you guys to be along on the ride with us when we did that. I mentioned just a couple seconds ago that this is the first part of our longer, somewhat more in-depth first impression that we'll be doing. That one will be out in a few days after we've had some time to really dig into it. We'll look into some things like AI races. We'll look into, if we have time, but I doubt it, multiplayer races, nighttime, rain, and more. Hopefully, if there's any bugs along the way, we'll find some fixes for those and let you know what those are. I know there's a lot of stuff going around social media, problems with setups, loading setups, and your wheel settings and things like that, but we'll check that out as we go and get back to you folks on that when we get the rest of this video done. But this will be our first 2 laps. So as always, links are below for all our gear, both sim racing and streaming, and anything that's pertinent to version 1.8 will be down there. If you're getting some good info out of us, and we hope you are, please like and subscribe down there as well. But for now, let's get into this. So here we are. We're going to do a practice session at Spa. I guess it's no big surprise if you've watched our videos. We do everything like this at Spa. But I think it's because it gives us a common spot that we can compare things and what we're comfortable with without introducing any variables. So like I said, we're going to do dry conditions. We're going to do the usual Aston Martin that we drive all the time, and we're going to do it at practice so we're not worrying about other cars initially. But we just want to see force feedback, road feel. I've heard that the cold tires, somebody said it's like being on ice, things like that. So we're just going to do that. So, but like I say, you're along for the first ride, so let's just see how this goes. Oh, and setups. I've heard setups are trippy. So we're going to find out together. Okay. Let's see. So, like other people said, how do you load the previously done setup? I don't know. Used to be Y. That doesn't seem to do it. But we're going to go with the safe setup. Sounds like a safe answer. So that's one thing that we'll have to figure out. How do we get to setups? And I know I've seen people talking about it. It's just, for reasons that we don't understand, it isn't like it used to be. Okay, so be it. Safe setup. Yeah, we're just going to go with it. I hope that doesn't mean all the time I've done doing setups is in the trash, but we'll see. Let's go to options and check that out real quick. Okay, controls. I'm going to go with what it defaults to. If it feels super wonky, we'll go back, take a little break for you folks. Go back, pull up our old settings for the wheel and load those in and just go from there. And okay, let's drive.
Green light. Go, go, go.
It'd be better if the throttle worked. I can shift gears. But my pedals aren't responding. Like I said, this is going to be raw. Like I say, shifting gears. Can change views. Change views. Okay. Go back to drive. Controller is off. I'll be darned. We're going to take a little time out, folks. Like I say, so you guys don't have to watch this. But that's first thing we've run into is the pedals don't work, which is problematic to say the least. So we'll get back to you here in a minute. So, you guys can see it. If you look on the left side of the screen there, the wheel turns when I turn the wheel. The pedal works. The pedal works. The pedal works. I mean, everything seems to be hunky-dory. So let's get back in the car and see if maybe it's changed its tune. Well, didn't really do anything, but it's working. Force feedback so far is good. Tires are stone cold yet still, so. I gotta say, it feels pretty good. My rears are still a little bit cold. My fronts are cooling down again too. Whoopsie. Again, this is a different setup, so the tire pressures are not what I would have had for my usual. That may account for some of that. I like the windscreen getting dirty. That's cool. Oopsie, as we say. Actually, you never say oopsie. When you do something like that in a real car, the language is, as we say, much more colorful. Like I said, feel is very good so far. And so far it feels very unglitchy. Two things, and you know me and driving and talking. That feel very glitchy or weird. How do you load setups? And then will they work? We'll figure that out. That's a whole separate issue, but and my pedals, I mean, they work now. I didn't really do anything. They just sort of came into being on their own, so we'll see. Anyhow, that is like I say, don't drive and talk. Kids, don't drive and talk. That's it. First time around. So far, so good. I really like the messy windshield, I think. I mean, I like the effect. I don't like what it does to my vision, but I think it's a really cool effect. So far, I have no complaints. From the feel of it driving, it feels extremely good to me. That's my opinion. Others have expressed other opinions, but that's mine. You know, we're still using the same Thrustmaster wheel. If you check back in our old videos, you know, we went through our wheels and pedals. Still the same equipment. Nothing's changed there. So the first out of the box, first time we've driven it, I wonder what it's going to be like. I'd have to give it a pretty solid thumbs up. From here, we're going to dig into it a little bit further, check into things like setups, get into some AI races with other cars. Maybe we'll try and do a multiplayer race, but time, I want to get this thing put together pretty quickly, so time is an issue there. But yeah, definite thumbs up to this point. So cool, real happy with it so far. We'll be back to you after we've had some time to spend with it. See you in a bit. Well, that's it. Our actual first 2 laps around Spa with version 1.8. We were really pleasantly surprised. A couple of issues notwithstanding, the loading, the setups, and the pedal weirdness that resolved itself. We didn't do anything. It just fixed itself somehow. But we'll check into that a little bit further. Force feedback felt as good as I can remember it feeling in ACC at any point in time. Now, admittedly, this is a very short session, 2 laps, probably about 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes total track time. So I can't really say that it's that awesome, but it felt good. It felt solid. But we'll have to try it out, over an extended period of time and see what it's like over curbs, and as the tires wear and things like that. See how it feels under those circumstances. But yeah, I was really impressed with it. Graphics seemed crisp and sharp. Real good. Great first impression. In part 2, as mentioned in the intro, we'll dig in further. See if this very good first experience holds up, as we spend more time with it. We have our fingers crossed that it will. Part 2 should be out in a few days. Check back soon. If you've tried version 1.8 yet, that's my production assistant. She shows up regularly, and she doesn't like being out in the cold, but she's a dog and she'll be okay for a minute. Anyhow, like I say, if you have tried version 1.8, drop something in the comments below and let us know what you think of it. Problems you've had, good, bad, or otherwise as far as impressions, things like that. And as always, links are down below to all our streaming gear. all our sim racing gear, and any pertinent to 1.8 info that we've got for you that we want you to check out. And we never make $1 off of it. It's just there for your info. And we believe in what we put down there, and that's the only way we would do this stuff. So, like I say, if you're getting some good info, please like and subscribe. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Sim Racer's Journey.